We are also now sitting together.
The Minister of Finance, Wole Edun, and his Budget and Planning counterpart, Atiku Bagudu, have submitted to Tinubu the cost implication of paying 105,000 naira as minimum wage to workers. This is a huge improvement from the 60,000 naira proposed earlier by the government. It has to be said again, if you don't make demands from people in power, they will never yield anything to you. If you don't demand anything from your friend, or your father, or your guardian, there's no way they will know that you are in need of something. At the initial stage, the government intentionally allowed labor to go on strike. They wanted to test the popularity of the strike. They wanted to see the level of compliance. And immediately they saw that ports are being shut down, airports, national grid, everything was collapsing before their eyes. People were complying massively because many people have seen hell. If that first outing failed, they would have changed the narrative completely. They would have labeled them partisan. They would have said they want to derail his administration, just like he made threats the other day.
Allow me to throw a jab here. The labor union should understand that no matter how much we cling to our freedom and rights, to call for strike within 9 months of an administration is unacceptable. If you want to participate in the electoral process, wait on the 2027.
But after seeing the level of compliance, they quickly came back to their senses and said, let's pay these people off. After all, this is not our money, it is the people's money. If judges are receiving 300% salary increase, what about workers? What about soldiers? What about policemen? What about civil servants who do the job in many offices across the country? You see, Nigerians don't really know the kind of power they have. Every politician, their greatest fear is protest. All of them, they do not want to see people protesting. Because what you hear and see in conventional media, on NTA News, Channels TV, you won't hear that in the streets. In the streets, you will hear the real story. When people come out to protest, they will unite on the streets of Nigeria. They will discuss everything. They will share information. You see all these people, look at what they are doing to us. Look at this, look at that. People will be well informed. The government that is not interested in your welfare, they don't want you to have this kind of information. Because all the information that you hear from conventional media are controlled. They tell you what they want you to hear in their own narrative. Look at the speed with which they recalled Labour to come and discuss that Tinubu will be indirectly involved this time around. It was this guarantee that made them to relax the strike, to give them the benefit of doubt. Of course, it is yielding fruits today. Let's see how Labour will react, how they will respond. After meeting all their organs, if they will accept 105,000 naira as new minimum wage, or will they insist that the increase must be up to 300%, just like it was given to the judicial officers. 300% will be 120,000 naira as minimum wage. The negotiation is tilting in favor of the labor unions. The government have seen their power. They've seen the level of compliance. If they refuse to accept this 105,000 naira minimum wage and say they are going back to strike, they know that they will shut down this country for many days. Nothing will happen unless the government comes back and improves on their offer. But let's wait and see how Labour will react when this proposal is officially tabled to them. After meeting their organs, let's hope that it will be resolved and they will pass it into law, and it will remain the reversal of the electricity tariff because it's one of the reasons they went on strike. Protests yield results. That's why everyone must support the NLC and all the labor unions whenever they embark on strike. Look at all the people who will smile home after work, after their next salaries are paid. Because the country is facing serious hardship, go to the market and see the price of goods. See the price of rice, maize, garri, pepper, and many other food items. So let's all unite and support workers. Every worker deserves a living wage, not just government workers. Actually, the people they are fighting for are civil servants who are engaged with the government. The private sector will have to pay what they can pay. There's no means to enforce the minimum wage on the private sector. Forget the fact that many of them said that they are ready to pay 60,000 naira minimum wage. At the end of the day, you go to one factory and see that they are paying 20,000 naira as minimum wage. People don't have any option. They are looking for jobs. Whether the salary takes them home or not, they just want to be engaged instead of being idle. So protests are a way of holding the government to account, holding them responsible to do the right thing. Every patriotic citizen must understand that you have to support strikes and labor unions because they protect your interest and the interest of the general public. People who don't think that after they created poverty and hardship, that workers deserve salary increase. They waited till people protested before they now say, let's increase the salary. So imagine if people didn't protest. Nothing would have happened. That 30,000 naira minimum wage would have still been the minimum wage going forward. Thanks for watching.